Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Tuesday, December 20th, just 5 days till Christmas, and we've got a very changeable weather pattern that's going to see us go into some warm and wet conditions. Right now it looks like we'll hang on to the snow into Christmas Day, so we'll have a white Christmas for most of the state, but we've certainly got some warmer conditions coming up. If we look at the headlines, you can see some strong winds today, and we could see a considerable amount of blowing and drifting of snow. Would not be surprised to see some schools have some issues later on today into tonight. And then I think light snow in the area tomorrow, anywhere from a trace to 2 inches. The best chance of accumulations tomorrow will be from mid-Michigan off to the north, with mainly just trace amounts further south. And then as we get into Christmas night, into the following day after Christmas, looks like we could see a significant amount of rain and temperatures climbing up into the 40s. So again, we may melt quite a bit of the snow here. It looks like over the next couple of weeks we may be on the warm side as well, and wet. So we could see some more sloppy weather coming up here leading up to New Year's. If we look at the normals, the normal high today is 31, the normal low is 18. And you can see on this date back in 1895 we had almost 3 inches of rain. And if we look at the next slide, you can see conditions around the area yesterday, mainly in the teens. Warm spot over at Newaygo at 20, and then overnight lows down in southeast lower Michigan without the influence of Lake Michigan got down below zero. Blissfield down to -3, and you can see so far for the month we are now at -3.4 degrees per day, and after the first 10 days we were about 8 to 10 degrees above normal. So quite a big switch over the last 10 days. Now we're going to kind of reverse that back again here over the next 10 days as we round out the month of December. Looks like some very cold air may be coming back in around the first week or the 10th of January, but until then we have a chance for some milder conditions. If we look at the warmest and coldest temperatures across the lower 48 yesterday, you can see 91 degrees at Fort Myers, Florida, and the coldest location 29 below zero, and Antero Reservoir in Colorado. If we look at the conditions around the area this morning, you can see temperatures mainly around a 10 to the low teens across much of the area. A little warmer as you get closer to the lake, with more clouds and some snow showers that will be moving into the area here as that front begins to approach the area, and winds are going to really pick up. And the open areas across mid-Michigan, again, I would not be surprised to see these winter weather advisories shifted a little farther east, and places but very vulnerable, like here in Gratiot County, very, very flat conditions. So I think we're going to see a lot of blowing and drifting here over the next 12 hours. If we look at the radar and the watch area, you can see the winter weather advisories across most of the areas close to Lake Michigan. And again, I think some of those are going to be extended further to the east. And you can see some snow showers associated with that low pressure system that's moving well off to our north. Again, most of the significant snows of a measurable amount will be off to our north, mainly just some snow showers here, but again, it's going to be the wind with the blowing and drifting that'll be the issue. You can see on the weather map this morning that low pressure system is going to zip right off to the east, and that's going to bring quite a nice pressure gradient here between the high that's moved off to the east and this low pressure system. That's what's going to cause our windy conditions. And then activity off to the west is going to be developing. Another low slides into the Dakotas by tomorrow. That could bring a little more in the way of significant snow across the UP, where they could see up to half a foot of snow. And again, for us, we'll see some snow showers. I think once you get up to around the Saginaw and Muskegon area to the north, you can see an inch or two possible. Maybe not quite that much, but certainly that would be the area that I would think, as far as MAC goes, where we'd see the best chance of some accumulations, much less as you head to the south. And then finally, as we get into Thursday morning, that low pressure system will be in northern Lake Huron, moving off to the northeast. High pressure will move into the area and give us some pretty decent weather as we get into late Thursday into Friday. And then we're going to watch that system that's going to be developing. And we'll show you a map here in just a second of the changes here that we've seen. As far as snowfall now over the next 3 days, again, the best chances will be once you get into northern lower Michigan and the UP. And if we look at precipitation here over the next 7 days, you can see pretty good slug of precipitation. A lot of this is going to be with that system coming in for Christmas, and that's going to be in the form of rain for much of Wisconsin and Michigan. And again, I think we could see blizzard conditions as you get out into the Dakotas and northwest Minnesota. Another slug of pretty heavy precipitation off to our south. Again, this is a warmer and wetter period coming up for sure. And if we looked at yesterday's map, this was the forecast. We expected the storm to develop in Texas. If we look at the newest model, You can see how much that shifted in just one day. Now expecting that to be in northeast Colorado. And if we look at the track for the day after Christmas on yesterday's model, you can see that low originally was going to come up around Illinois and tracking towards Lake Erie, which would have given us a pretty good slug of snow that would probably mix or change with rain in southeast lower Michigan. And if we look at the newest one, you can see that low pressure system is well off to our northwest. We're going to be in the warm sector of this storm. So it looks like warm conditions in the 40s and maybe some rain and showers across the area. It could start out Christmas Eve early with a chance of some of the snow mixed in with it before it changes over to rain for late Christmas night into the day after Christmas. Again, this is certainly going to be a non-really impactful storm. We could see some fog out of this system. And again, if you get back here into the Dakotas and northwest Minnesota, they could have an all-out blizzard for Christmas night. If we look at the extended outlook for temperatures over the next 6 to 10 days, you can see plenty of warm dominating as we have a big heat ridge that develops across the southeast states and expands. That's going to give a lot of warm temperatures to much of the eastern U.S. We look at the 8 to 14 day outlook. Again, that's going to hold. We're going to see this pattern break down, I think, though, once we get into the first week or so, or 10th. Between the 5th and the 10th, I think, of January, we're going to see us flip back to a very cold pattern. As far as precipitation over the next 6 to 10 and the 8 to 14 days, looks like we'll be above normal. So it looks like warm, wet, sloppy weather coming this way over the next 10 days to 2 weeks. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, and 73s to all.